good control here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to step in inside his outer foot. As I come in, I'm going to push my hip to just the outside of his. This foot, the inside foot, is just going to step in between his other. So I am stepping in between his feet. We're just going to a squat position. Notice, step, I'm stepping into my squat. From here, as I step into my squat, I'm pulling him into my hip. I'm not giving him distance. The way this technique works, I'm not out here and trying to pull him into me. This isn't going to work too much back muscle. All I want to use are my legs. So I come in, pull him in from here, pop. That's all that is. Pop. And then I'm going to turn and drop him. So it's a 3-step technique. It's squat, pop, drop. Squat, pop, and drop. If you only want to do it in 2, squat and twerk. One of the 2, whichever works for you. Alright. This time, like our jiu-jitsu wrestling, I've got a good hold on his neck. From here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my elbow to get his arm up. From here, I'm going to slip my hand behind. Now, I really don't care from here whether you put that hand on the back of his back. If you've got really long arms, if you can reach all the way around, what I'm doing, because my arms aren't so long, right under his armpit. I'm just putting my hand on the blade of his shoulder. From here, I'm just going to turn, step inside on the ball of my feet, and throw. It's the same hip throw. There's no difference, except for where you start. We're going to go slower. He comes in for the punch. I'm going to do the Krav 360 defense and counter. He comes in, I block, I counter at the same time. I'm not as concerned with this portion of the technique for everyone. For those of you who don't have Krav experience, you can start from an easier position, but I'm starting with this for display. Strike. I recoil. I have a couple different places I can go. Recoil, ogoshi, hip toss. Recoil, hand on the shoulder blade, I'm going for a hip toss. Or, recoil, ippon, shoulder throw. I can go for either of the 3 techniques. The only difference is arm is underneath his tricep. Actually, it's his tricep. My arm is underneath his, I am pinching his tricep. My hip position is the same place. There is no difference. Elbow up, clear the room. Hand comes through. As the hand comes through, so does the foot. I have got the tricep. Pinch the tricep. Same hip position. This is control. Control the hand. Does that make sense? I am pinching the tricep. If all I do is just grab the arm, I have no fulcrum, no leverage. I'm pulling the arm. I don't want to pull the arm. I am pinching, keeping it in the spot. My hips lift. This is just to keep it in the same spot. That's it. I am not pulling. I look at my back pocket to throw. Understand? The exact same technique, no difference. Here, I'm going to drop my knee. And then when this foot comes up, knee comes up right next to his head. Armbar position. My foot is on the outside. Outside. Now when I look at my back pocket, he's tight against, it's going to be a sacrifice throw. I'm making a mistake and I have to recover.
Your turn, Dave. Yeah.
He's got his hands under me. This is not a good position. What I'm going to do is, if I find myself here, I'm going to step. My foot even with his. Remember that technique where we rolled on the ground? Hand behind the elbow. Crook of the elbow behind his elbow. All I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. Oh, looky here. My foot is along his foot. His hip is along my hip. I've got his arm. All I have to do now is look at my back pocket.